Welcome to the Boxing Talk Show.
Fair but firm.
With the Hall of Fame boxing referee.
I'm Joe Cortez.
And co-host John Zemel. In English and Spanish for all of Las Vegas.
Come on, guys. Let's touch them up. Clean fight. I'm Joe Cortez. Fair but firm. Welcome to the Fair but Firm show. Here today in Las Vegas, the boxing capital of the world. And of course, today I have a special guest, a dear friend of mine, Romeo Acosta. Romeo Acosta is a professional fighter. One pro fight,
yes,
17 years of age.
Yes, sir.
You got your license early?
Yes, sir.
Because you were talented and they approved it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So fans, of course, you know that this past weekend we had a great fight. It was Sean Porter versus a great fighter that Danny Garcia. Everybody thought Danny Garcia was going to be, he was favorite. 1.5 to 1, and I predicted that Sean Porter would win a close fight, difficult fight. I said, but if it goes to a decision, it would be Sean Porter, and that's just the way it happened. How do you see the fight Saturday night?
It was a close fight. I felt Sean Porter was, pressing the fight. Danny Garcia, he neutralized his jab, so he established it, and it was a close fight. I like how Danny Garcia was, even though it was a tough fight, he still put on the show. He used his jab, 1-2. But Porter, he came on top, and I still feel like Porter did what he had to do to get the victory, and now he's the WBC champion.
What could have Danny Garcia done different to maybe become victorious at the end?
He should have threw more punches. Where he waited at is when Porter needed that. Every time Danny Garcia would wait, Porter would press the action, use his angles, come inside, do what he had to do, and move around. And that's how he neutralized Danny Garcia.
Yeah, I felt that Sean Porter was more active, and which I predicted. I've worked with him in the gym on numerous occasions for his 2 previous fights. And I can tell you that Sean Porter, I knew that he was going to pull it up. I knew he was going to be tough. I knew Danny Garcia, with due respect, was a great champion. But Sean Porter had that little edge on him because of his speed and because of the lateral movement and good combination. He didn't just throw 1 punch or 2 punches like Danny did. He was throwing combinations, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 punches and moving. Right. That's what the judges see. The judges see a fighter who's active, more aggressive, and if it's close, the judges are going to lean towards the aggressive fighter. You have 4 criteria in scoring the fight. The judges look at the effective aggressiveness, defense, cleaner blows, and ring generalship. And that's what happens when you have a good fighter out there that knows. A good trainer got to tell your fighter, listen, my man, you're doing okay. I like your defense, but you're a little too slow. You're throwing 1 or 2 punches. Right. Where if you throw maybe 3 or 4 or 5, it looks more impressive, even if they're not connecting. But the judges see those punches being thrown by you and not as many from the other guy. They're going to lean towards you on the close round. So that's the way you do it.
Yes, sir. And what pushed them is having the father in the corner. But I seen when the camera's on both sides of him, I see Danny Garcia's father telling him, man, throw more punches, motivating him, pushing him, and that's what kept the fight going. And also with Sean Porter, when Danny Garcia was winning the first couple rounds, in my opinion,
he did.
Sean Porter's dad told him, come on, you got to pick it up, do more angles, and he did what he had to do to get the victory. And that's the key part of boxing too, having someone to motivate you.
Yeah, they had the fathers in the corners, and I think eventually the promoters were smart. They'll end up putting Sean Porter's father, Kenny Porter, and Danny Garcia's dad in there. Let them fight it out themselves and see who's the best trainer in the ring as well. But anyway, they both are talented trainers. They know what they're doing. They've been around the block a couple of times, so they know exactly what they do. Just like your dad. Your dad trains you. Your dad knows the game very well, and you listen to him, and they can see a lot more than what you can see, because they're on the outside looking at the whole picture. While sometimes you're in there and you need a good trainer to tell you you got to move to your left instead of moving to your right. You move too much to the right, that's why you're hitting you with the left hook, or vice versa. You move too much to the left, you're getting hit with the right hands. But the defense, all of this, what the trainers can see from the outside, when you're in there, you're so focused on defending yourself and what to throw is like a chess game. But the trainer outside, no, you made a mistake there, son. You got to do it like this better. Right. And that's why sometimes even Danny Garcia, even though he lost the fight Saturday night, you know what? He didn't look bad. So what they do, they go back to the drawing board, and hopefully he gets a shot at one of the other champions out there. You got Earl Spence, and you got Keith Thurman, You know, you have
sir.
so many other great Jesse Vargas. You have a lot of good fighters out there in the welterweight. Kell Brooks. You got Jeff One. A lot of guys are still in the mix. That maybe Manny Pacquiao. They all want to go for Manny Pacquiao. That's where the money's at.
Yes, sir.
But you know, and eventually, one day you'll be up there.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'll be there real soon. It's just I gotta take my time, keep working hard, stay motivated, and don't let the distractions get in my way. I gotta put in the sacrifices, and soon I'll be in the welterweight division. You know, you just gotta work hard. That's all it is.
I see you got your logo here, Kingsway.
Yes,
You got
sir.
your clothing line. You got a logo. I mean, you're doing your own thing. You're on the right track. We're here in your gym.
Yes,
I like
sir.
to see that. I'm very impressed the way your mom, Nikki, and your dad
Yes, sir.
were able to help you get to where they were. They believe in you. So do I. And a lot of fans out there believe in you and your skills and your talents. So we know that it's just a matter of time. I love the ring. I love the big logo on the canvas on the ring here. I mean, you're already like a champion, world champion. No world champions don't have what you have.
That's true. Yes, sir.
And you only have one pro fight.
One pro fight, yes,
but you're
sir.
going places. You're thinking like a champion. I like to see that.
Yes, sir.
Well, anyway, fans, we just wanted to share a little bit of knowledge and wisdom with my good friend here, Romeo. We have John Zemel on the show with us. But what we're going to do now is we're going to thank you so much for being on this part of the show with me today.
Thank you for having me.
And we'll see you here in the next couple of. We're going to be doing regular shows from this gym here on a regular basis. And Romeo, when is your next fight coming up?
My next fight is October 5th, Tijuana. So stay tuned, and we're going to get the victory.
You're going to be in Tijuana, so you got 1 win, 1 knockout?
Yes, sir. One win, one knockout. Soon to be 2-0.
Okay, buddy. Well, thanks a lot for being on the
Yes,
show.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, fans, so as you well know that we are already talking about the big fight coming up. I'm going to have John Zemel next here. And we'll be discussing about what happened this past Saturday night up at the Barclays Center in New York. And as you all know that Danny Garcia looked good. He was impressive. I mean, he put up a hell of a fight. But Sean Porter had a little bit more than Danny Garcia. So I can tell you that John Zemel.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you, baby. I know you like to rub it in. You got me on this one. You called that one. It's you did. You knew it. You knew Sean Porter was going to have it, and he pulled it out. It was a great fight, man. I couldn't have been happier.
No, it was a great fight for both fighters. I mean, even though Danny lost, his stock still stay up there.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know, he didn't get stopped. He didn't get knocked down or out. He fought great.
Oh, he did.
It was one of those fights. I
He
mean,
just lost, yeah. He just lost.
It was just like when Sean Porter lost to Keith Thurman. I mean, they both lost to Keith Thurman.
Yeah.
Keith Thurman was sitting there at ringside. He was licking his chops and saying, "Yeah, I beat these two guys. You know, I know they're going to have to face me eventually." So he went in, but Keith Thurman has been in active for a while.
Yeah, they were fighting for his old belt, man.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
got to hurt a little bit, you know? I mean,
yeah, and he's sitting there saying, you know, okay, they took my belt, but no fault of his. But when you got different problems and health issues,
it was
and he was not able to come back sooner than expected. So yeah, one injury after another, and the World Boxing Council stripped him of his title. Yeah, I'm sure it broke their heart to do that. But
yeah, I mean, the guy earned it. I
yeah.
mean, he took it from Danny Garcia himself. But
Yeah, but you know, but how long can you sit around
Exactly.
and wait? You got a bunch of fighters waiting there. And as we said before, the welterweight division is a hotbed of boxing.
What's next for the welterweight division?
Well, you know what?
What's the next domino to fall?
Well, you know, Amir Khan, he beat Juarez.
Samuel Vargas.
Samuel Vargas Saturday up down in Europe, and I can tell you one thing that Amir Khan is looking. He's calling out for Manny Pacquiao. He's smart.
Did he impress you?
Well,
in that fight?
Well, he didn't knock the guy out. He got dropped in the second round
Yeah, I
himself.
know.
You know, so I mean, how can I be impressed with somebody gets knocked
He didn't
down?
look that good against Samuel Vargas.
No, I mean, you know, he's up in age.
Him or
too.
Manny Pacquiao right now? Who would you take?
I gotta go with Manny Pacquiao.
I would too. I think Manny Pacquiao would take him right
Manny
now.
Pacquiao got too much of a punch.
I'll tell you who really wins in that fight is their accountants. That's good money for both sides. Those are both big draws.
Well, you know, at least if you lose, at least you walk away with a couple of $1 million. You know?
Yeah, I'll take that Pacquiao payday. That's what they're all fighting for.
Pacquiao is, you know, is up there again, and you know, he's 37 years of age.
Yeah, 37 years young.
Yeah, but then again, so is Triple G. You know.
Exactly.
Triple G is fighting Saturday night against Canelo Alvarez here at the T-Mobile
Is that
Arena.
this Saturday?
That's it. Already, he's on top of us. He's coming.
I've been looking forward to this fight. We've been looking forward to this week. We've been talking about this for months and months and months. This is our biggest show of the year for a reason, except for, of course, next week, which make sure you tune in when we'll be recapping everything that we saw this week. But, I mean, this is it, baby. This is it. This is the biggest fight of the last 5 years that didn't have a UFC fighter in it. I mean, this is a huge boxing match.
Well, I'll tell you that Triple G is going to come on and try to show the world what kind of a champion he is. And, you know, when you're 37 years of age, I've said it before and I'll say it again now, sometimes you get old overnight.
That's something, yeah.
And that's one of the things that Canelo people are looking at, and they're hoping that Canelo...
That's what they're counting on, right? That's why they waited so long to make this fight.
They're hoping that, they could have fought 4 or 5 years ago. But Oscar De La Hoya, smart promoter, said, no, I'm not going to throw him in back then, because what happened to him with fighting at Triple G, the same thing that happened when he fought
Floyd Mayweather?
Floyd Mayweather. I mean, Floyd Mayweather took Canelo to school.
Yeah.
And that's the same thing would have happened.
Floyd Mayweather went up two weight classes to take Canelo to school.
Yeah,
that was crazy.
Exactly. But Floyd Mayweather knew that he could take Canelo because of his experience. When you got that experience, you know what you can do with it. You watch him. I can go into a gym and watch a fighter sparring. I can tell you 1 or 2 rounds. I can tell you that guy's got it or not. And Floyd Mayweather, as smart as he is with boxing, he knows. He watched Canelo and said, you know what? I'll fight that guy. If I got to go up 2 weight classes, I'll do it because I can beat him.
And at the time, Canelo was probably the second biggest draw in the sport, or probably third, I'm sorry, behind Pacquiao.
Yeah.
So, like, I mean, it made sense from a business aspect, too. I mean, yeah, he had to go up 2 weight classes, which really was a big deal. We don't think about it because it was Floyd Mayweather and he seems like Superman now. Yeah. But going up 2 weight classes to fight anybody is crazy. I mean, that's what we just saw, Rigondeaux do against Lomachenko, and we saw how that ended.
Yeah. Well, some fighters, look at Mikey Garcia. He went up from featherweight.
He's trying to move a little more gradual, but still. Yeah. He's still crazy. Yeah. He still wants to go up and swim in those welterweight waters. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah, well.
I hope he does, though. At least somebody's trying to fight somebody in welterweight.
I mean, he was there at ringside Saturday night at the Barclays Center.
Hey, by the way, everybody was at ringside Saturday night. Didn't that look like fun?
They were there. Earl Spence.
Spence said Terrence Crawford's name. That's never happened. I didn't even know he knew who Terrence Crawford was.
Well, what happens now is that you have Mikey Garcia, who's become 3-time world champion in 3 different weight classes, unified champion, not just a champion. All belts on the line. He took them all in 3 divisions. So, he's not shooting for the welterweight. And why not? He's young. He's already proven himself. Definitely a Hall of Famer. When you win 3 world championships, unified champion in 3 different divisions, it tells you a lot about his skills. Yeah. So Mikey Garcia is definitely one of the better ones out there. And I like that he's at least trying to fight some of these other guys. Yeah. I mean, some of it's like all the guys at the top don't acknowledge each other. They're just fighting sea-level welterweights, which is good entertainment for now. But we got a big stack of talent up there at the top, and I sure would love it if we could see them fight each other at least by 2019. At least some of them. Exactly. Well, this past we saw. That's what we saw. Yeah, the first dominoes fell. Yeah, you saw Sean Porter Saturday night with. Danny Garcia. He was amazing. I mean, it was the skills that he used. I mean, he went back to the drawing board and said, he said, I'm not going to walk away from New York City for the Barclays Center without that green belt. He got it. So that's where we are now. We have the 4 horsemen, the Mount Rushmore. We got Sean Porter now, Keith Thurman maybe, Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence, the 4 belt holders at the welterweight division. Then we got the guys underneath that, the guys you were naming: Jesse Vargas, Amir Khan, Adrian Broner. You got Danny Garcia. You have all these guys, Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence. Well, Errol Spence is up top, but you got him all there. And I'm talking about Errol Spence challenging Sean Porter for his next opponent for either late this year or next year. It looks like going to happen next year. I hope so. But I mean, Sean Porter, when Jim Gray was interviewing him, he said, and Errol Spence was there inside the ring. He says, do I look nervous? He told about Errol Spence for the challenge. He says, do I look nervous? Do I look worried about this guy? You're not worried. Porter has been there. He's been around the block, and he knows Errol Spence personally. They are good friends. Yeah, they've known each other a long time. They spar already in the past in the gym. So Sean Porter knows what he can do with Errol Spence. Errol Spence got to talk up a good storm. He's a good fighter, and he's one of the better ones out there. Errol Spence, but he's going to have his hands. Anybody in the welterweight division will have their hands full against Sean Porter. Exactly. He's a windmill type of a fighter. He'll come. He's a brawler. He comes in there. He's a pressure fighter. But he's using his head to try not to get hit. He's always moving. You're going to get hit. Everybody gets hit. But you know what? Try to minimize the punches, those hard punches. You don't want to get those hard punches from a fighter who can throw good combinations, good hard punches. Boxing is not easy when you're up against the best. And I think that Sean Porter will be there for a while, but I think that
I agree with you.
Danny Garcia will be into the mix in the near future again.
That was a good fight, and honestly, it was a good preview for what we'll see this weekend.
Exactly, but
because like they say, styles make fights.
Exactly, but before we go there, I want to say again, Danny Garcia's stock didn't go down that much.
Nope.
He's up there because any one of those guys out there, he can challenge any one of those fighters and the world champions.
And it'd be better than most of the welterweight fights we've been getting lately.
And he can end up winning another title before Sean Porter and Earl Spence get it on. You know, so you'd be surprised how funny things happen in boxing. Sometimes a blessing in disguise. Because you know what? Danny Garcia may be the guy ending up fighting with Manny Pacquiao. And all the guys will say, wow, that's the one we wanted.
That's the Manny money payday, yeah.
That's where the paycheck is at. So you know what'll happen?
Doesn't come with a belt, but it comes with the comes with a duffel bag full of money.
Yeah, exactly. You know.
Exactly.
So that's what's going to happen. I think Danny Garcia. Don't be surprised. You hear it probably already buzzing out there about him fighting Manny Pacquiao.
You think?
He didn't get hurt in this last fight.
No, he was fine.
And Pacquiao.
And I agree 100% with what Romeo was saying earlier. He needed to let his hands go. He needed to throw a little more, and he kept him to his face to his detriment. He needed to throw some.
I know.
He needed to throw.
Romeo's learning a lot from boxing.
Romeo was great up here. He's gonna have my seat soon if he wants it. He's great, man. That was awesome.
Well, he knows what he's talking about.
Absolutely.
He's a young fighter, 17 years of age, has one pro fight.
And more than that, his marketability and his ability to brand himself. What we talk about a lot with people nowadays, like a lot of these fighters these days, and their ability to through social media and branding. Become industries within themselves. Well, a lot of younger fighters are doing that, and I love seeing it.
Devin Haney is doing his own thing too.
He's the youngest promoter in history.
Yeah, he's 19 years of age.
Has his own promotion company.
Yeah.
Good for him, man.
And that's good.
Look at Ryan Garcia's got 1 million Twitter followers. I mean, these guys, and none of them have fought anybody that you know, but they have their own, promotional companies, their own everything.
Well, that's what happens when you have social media out there, and everybody's.
It's good for the fight game.
Everybody's following you all over the world. And especially here in the United States, if you're a local, you can have like Brian Garcia does.
Oh, yeah.
He has his own following. And I can see Romeo Acosta doing the same thing as well.
Well, I sure hope so.
17
He's
years,
on his way, and he's branding himself.
I wouldn't say 17 years old. I said 17 years young.
Well, that is young.
It is young, like me. I'm,
What, 75 years young?
I'm 95 years young. Hey, guys, you know what? I still got a little spark of the old flash.
He does. You see it. If you watch the show frequently, you see him. He starts swinging on me pretty often. So give it a shot. You never know when it's coming.
But guys, I like to keep myself busy. I don't let grass grow under my feet. I'm always moving, always doing something. Somebody else will say, hey, Joe retired from boxing. He's probably in a rocking chair, having a nice margarita someplace out in the Caribbean, under the sun and the beach.
Sometimes.
No, man, I'm always going. I'm always moving. I got to make things happen. There's so much left in me. I got so much burning in my belly. I want to go. I feel like a fighter. I want to keep coming back. I haven't got knocked down, and I don't want to get knocked down, but I want to stay healthy and make sure that I make it. But I want to make sure these young fighters out here make it. I'm going to be behind them, pulling for them. And my man here, I tell you, King's Ways. This is brand Romeo Acosta. Check him out, guys. Go on YouTube and see his talent. His father trains him. He's doing a great job with his son.
Absolutely.
And his mother, and he got a sister, and now he got a beautiful little niece, a 3-month-old niece. It should be.
We love that we can do that. I mean, this is the biggest show of the year here. This is the biggest show we've had all year. This is it.
This week here in Las Vegas.
Can we get down to the elephant in the room here?
Yeah.
The big fight? I mean, let's talk about it, baby, because this is it. Yeah. This is it. This is the biggest fight we've had to be able to talk about on this show. It was the biggest fight last year that we had to talk about on this show. These are kingmakers. This is two guys who are willing to prove who is the best of their era. These are two guys who come from, where they were friends. They sparred with each other. Next thing you know, they are now, they literally hate each other. This doesn't seem like a WWE made-up feud. They do not like each other. They've said some really disparaging things about each other. I think you're not going to see any feel-out rounds. You're not going to see any, pleasantries. I think they're going to come out as soon as that first bell rings and try and hurt each other. And I think when you do that, when you have a pressure fighter like Triple G fighting like Triple G, not fighting like he did the first time, not running behind his jab, not outboxing Canelo, which he did, but really brawling like he has his entire career against the greatest counterpuncher of his era, Canelo Alvarez, you're going to see a show. We're going to see a show. There's a reason we're all talking about it.
Yes, I agree with you. I just see that Canelo has to definitely fight different than he did last year. Mm-hmm. When you're aggressive, like Triple G is, you're gonna have to be. He can't be doing like he did. He was backing up too much last year, trying to fight against the ropes. It doesn't look good in the eyes of the judges nor the public, and it gives a lot of confidence to a fighter when he has you up against the ropes. So it's better to use like Sean Porter was doing. You use angles. You know, go to your right, go to your left, and if you look the rope against your back, just hold on to that, get out, and let him be up against the rope. And now you're back in the middle of the ring. But you cannot try to stay in there and keep yourself sitting on the ropes and just let him throw punches. You're throwing defense, throw back some punches. It looks okay, but you may feel you're doing the right thing. But in this case, that's what he did last year. It didn't work. So if it didn't work, what do? You go back to the drawing board and you change it around. What do we do? Now, we hope that his trainers and he himself have learned a lesson from what happened last year. I mean, all the Mexicans that were there pulling for him, when the decision was announced, they were all against it because they all felt that Triple G wanted to fight. I mean, the Mexicans were upset because they were expecting a lot more from Canelo because he was saying what he was going to do, and he didn't do anything to prove otherwise, that he was going to win. Everybody, 99.9% of the fans felt he lost the fight. Yeah. So what happens now? He got to show the difference Saturday night. Canelo Alvarez is going to be moving. He got to throw the ball combination, 3, 4, 5, 6 punches and move. Don't back up, move to the side, use the angles. And Bob and we be moving constantly and jabbing. You're moving, throw punches as you move, there's slip. You can't keep going forward and you keep your hands up and you're going forward, you're going to get hit. Triple G has been around. Triple G has been a middleweight all his life. Canelo stepped up from welterweight to super welterweight, now to middleweight.
Triple G was born at 160 pounds.
Yeah, exactly.
I've seen his birth certificate.
Yeah, and it goes to show that he is a solid fighter at 160. So Canelo has some handicaps against it, but you know what?
Canelo's gas tank's always been a little bit...
Yeah, but I think he's now been training a lot harder, knowing that...
I hope so.
He can't
we've seen this since the Trout fight. He's always kind of gets gassed.
You can't have a double loss like this, like Kovalev did against Andrew Ward.
Yeah, it'll ruin it shuts you down.
It'll shut him down. So
he'll always be marketable, but as far as a legacy goes, he needs this fight.
He got to win this fight. Win or lose, he'll be marketable.
He'll always be a
future fights. But he got to win this fight Saturday. If he wins this fight Saturday night, he makes it up to the top. If he doesn't, he drops down a notch. And then everybody says, okay, like Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was the best. He was kicking butt out there. Anybody fought. But when he lost that one time to Buster Douglas, you know what? He kind of lost a little bit of that confidence. He may tell you he didn't, but, Mike Tyson lost a little confidence because when you lose and you get stopped the way he did, everybody said, I can knock him out too. Next thing you know, Lennox Lewis was doing it, and everybody else was nobody was afraid of Mike Tyson anymore.
Once that fear aspect is gone, and that's what I see going into this one. I see that a lot. Let's make no mistake about what's on the line here. This is the biggest name in boxing. Canelo Alvarez has been since Floyd Mayweather retired. He is the biggest draw, the biggest everything, and his name has been dragged through the mud for the past year. He lost a fight that got a draw. That drew the ire of fans. He didn't really perform in that fight, and then he failed 2 drug tests in the rematch. This is something that everything is on the line for him. For Triple G, everything's on the line regarding his entire legacy as well.
Yeah, exactly. The drug testing didn't help him at all because that really, they had to cancel the fight, Cinco de Mayo, and here in Nevada, the Nevada Commission, a lot of people say, they're not going to say nothing. They're going to give him a slap on the wrist. Nevada is strong. They said, no. You fail a drug test, I don't care how big the fight is. Cinco de Mayo, they would have made hundreds of millions of dollars here.
Oh, my God.
The city lost a lot of money, but the commission said, we don't care how much money they lose. You got to abide by the rules. You want to play dirty using the drugs, that's what's going to happen. And, Canelo had to pay for it. He said it was all contaminated meat.
I don't think it matters, right? You're responsible for what's in your body.
Yeah, exactly. And he had to say it. That's why the commission was able to cut the suspension in half, because he admitted, I take responsibility for what I
ingested,
consumed in my body and contaminated meat. Okay, well, you know what? Now from now on, I'm sure that he has a chef, his own personal chef. I'm sure that chef going to be shopping around at the right location, make sure that the meat is not contaminated. You got to make sure, maybe you got to raise your own cattle someplace.
I don't know what you got to do, dude. Wasn't his trainer a butcher?
Yeah.
One of his trainers is like a butcher, too.
He's buy his own farm, and he got the money, raise your own cattle.
He definitely can.
Yeah, But
you can afford cattle.
Don't eat meat, go eat some fish.
Go eat some chicken or something. Whatever you're doing. Some vegetables.
Yeah.
I don't know what, but I'm glad that they've been able to. I'm glad there's been no distractions like that this time around. Promotion has gone incredibly smooth. It's been, I mean, really everything has led up to this moment for the past 5 years in boxing. Ever since Canelo got that WBC belt, it's been a hunt for it. And for these guys to really be finally being able to settle this once and for all. There's a reason we're sitting here. There's a reason everybody's going to be tuned in. This is it. This is why we do this. This is why we watch this. Because of moments like this, career-defining fights like this are what we do this for, man.
Exactly. You know, we think that boxing is really back on the upswing again. I mean, they say boxing is dead. You know, I mean, there's Top Rank signed again for 7 years with ESPN.
And then PBC just signed with with Fox.
Yeah, they signed up, and then
big Showtime deal just happened.
Yeah, it's happened. A lot of things are happening now with boxing. And then they got another group that's coming to Las Vegas, FFC Final.
Oh yeah, you were saying
Final Fight Champions.
Final Fight Champions.
And they're gonna be promoting fights here in Vegas. They're gonna be every Friday night.
Roy Jones Jr. has his own fighting thing now too. I mean, boxing is huge right now.
Yeah, but FFC, you're gonna see they're gonna be sumo wrestling.
Oh, that's exciting.
Kickboxing, Muay Thai.
Oh, that's cool.
Regular boxing. They're gonna.
That's all of it.
Every Friday night, CBS just signed a deal with the FFC, so you can be watching Comeback Sports every Friday night from Las Vegas, and I think it's going to be something very, very nice.
That's exciting.
And I mean, like 52 shows a year, every Friday night.
Plus 54 Top Rank shows. Plus, I mean, how many on everything else? How many PBCs doing? How many Showtimes doing? Boxing's as big as it could be right now, and this is the biggest fight in the sport by a long shot.
Right.
So that's why this is so important. That's why we're so excited. Are you ready to do predictions?
Yeah, I can make the predictions right now.
What do you got?
I got the best man.
Who you got? Who's the best man?
Well, I'll tell you right now, in boxing, you know,
Charlie's the best man.
You know, I've always felt that I got to go with Romeo Acosta.
Yeah.
I guess on the show, he's a lightweight 135.
Yeah, I know. When I sat in the chair, it was a little bit. I don't think we're in the same weight class.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But anyway,
I'm a bit more of a sumo wrestler.
But you know, when it comes to boxing, yeah, people want to know. Well, Joe, you've been in there with these fighters. I've been in there with Canelo, and never had the opportunity, the honor to referee Triple G. Maybe I did it when he was coming up. I don't recall ever refereeing his fight. After so many
I know that's happened so often.
Fighters come up to me, Joe, you refereed 2 by fights. I don't remember.
I don't think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I? Like Sergio Martinez. Sergio Martinez came up to me. We were at the Hall of Fame 2 years ago. He said, Joe, you know, I remember the time you refereed my fight. I said, no, I never refereed. He said,
I wish I did. Yeah.
He said, yes, you did. I said, when? He said, look it up. He said, I got stopped by what's the guy? The Mexican fighter that had the hand wrap situation. Margarito. He says, hey, you did big against Margarito. You stopped the fight. I got knocked out. You stopped it. I went home and I watched it on YouTube. He was right. I don't even remember. Somebody's great champions. I know so many fights. I even forget who I refereed.
No, I know. It happens all the time when we go over some of those
people ask me about Saturday night. What's going to happen Saturday night? Man, I'll tell you. Let me see. Oh, man, I feel like I go there myself.
I know, baby. You might could should.
Can I?
No, I don't think so.
I'm 160?
Yeah, I think you fit 160.
160?
What'd you fight at, 118?
118, man.
Yeah, you got a better. You're closer to 160.
But anyway, I can tell you one thing. Saturday night, you're gonna see Triple G out there moving, boxing. He's gonna be coming forward. Canelo's not gonna be crazy. He's not gonna come swinging to go for the knockout right away. He's gonna do like Floyd Mayweather, figure you out like he did with McGregor. McGregor's not even a professional fighter, but Floyd Mayweather said, you know what? I'm gonna let this guy move around. Let him get winded a couple of rounds, and then you're gonna start putting the pressure. But Triple G may start putting the pressure right from the first bell.
I think so too.
First bell, he may go after it, but he got to be careful because he can fizzle out too himself. You know, he can. The legs go on you at 37 years of age. I mean, Canelo can start pounding him, and he'll start trying to move, and you can see maybe he's getting hit more than he used to in the past. When you're 37, you're not 27. You know what I mean? Canelo is what?
I think 28 years old.
28.
Yeah.
Come on. So he got him by 9 years. You know that? I mean, he's going to have a little tough time with him. He may have some difficulties moving around, trying to get away from Canelo. What Canelo feels that this guy is not moving as quick as he did last year. Then he's going to start putting some pressure. But Canelo, if it's smart, Canelo will start using the body shots. Go for the body shot. Then Triple G got to be boxing from the outside, moving, hit it with a good combination. And then Canelo going to start running a little bit. And Triple G going to start putting the pressure. You guys are liking this already, right? I'm walking through the way the fight is going to go. And then he's going to get Canelo, going to cut the ring off, get him in the corner, and Canelo going to back up against the ropes, just like he did last year, and that's where he's going to make the mistake. That's where Triple G could capitalize if he still has those legs. And the punching power he definitely has, and Canelo can start feeling the 160-pound punch. I mean, Triple G has won like 30 of his fights by knockout.
Oh, yeah.
The guy's got power. He's definitely the puncher.
He had a 10-year knockout streak.
So he's going to go ahead out there and hurt Canelo, and you know what? It may go the distance, but I doubt it this time. I think Triple G,
by knockout?
My prediction, I think the referee is going to stop it.
You heard it. I agree.
With Triple G being the victorious at the end.
There it is. I am going to go with the guy with more power, a better chin, more ring generalship, more experience, an all-around better game. All he lacks is speed and youth, and I think Triple G wins this. I think it's by stoppage, too. Personally, I agree with you 100%.
But, you know, fans, I tell you, that's our personal opinion. It's not official, but, I mean, I've been around the block, like I said
Saturday,
before.
huh? And
Saturday night, tune in on the HBO pay-per-view. You'll see it. And, of course, you know, you watch me at ESPN. We do before and after the fight. HBO covers the fight. But I'll be there starting tomorrow. Matter of fact, we'll be doing some segments here at ESPN Deportes, right here from this ring. And I'm going to have Romeo Acosta and another fighter moving around. I'm going to be refereeing, to tune in tomorrow. Well, actually, maybe the day after I'll be on ESPN. I believe they're taping this tomorrow here. But you're going to see my my prediction and, of course, the duties of a referee, which will be Benji Estevez, will be the referee for this fight. And I'll be there talking tomorrow about how the fight should be handled by a seasoned referee.
And then, of course, Saturday morning.
Yeah.
We'll be Saturday morning on 11:30 on K-Don, 720 AM, 101.5 FM, the only FM news sports talk radio station here in Las Vegas, Nevada. We'll be doing our final fight preview for this, the biggest fight of 2018.
Yeah, you guys can listen to that program on go on your computer, go online and check it out. 101.5 or 720 AM here in Las Vegas. The Fair but Firm Show. Remember, fans, I can tell you again, protect yourselves at all time. I'm fair, but I'm firm. But also one thing you got to remember, don't bite the hands that feeds you. I learned that from Gaspar Ortega when I tried to rough him up in a sparring session. But I always remember, you know what? One thing I got to do, man. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You're gonna, man, you kind of hard.
You like
man.
that? Yeah, I hide it. I don't like showing off, you know.
Okay, guys, keep your guards up at all time. I'm fair, but I'm firm. Touch them up.